In this video, I'm going to share with you how to write a CV for a board position. This was after one of my YouTube viewers, Isabel, got in touch with me via LinkedIn and sent me this message. Just a request, do you have any video or would you mind helping us on how to apply and get the board position, i.e. how to write a board CV? And I thought this would be a good topic, and so I'm going ahead and doing this video to answer your question. Isabel, if you're out there, you have any question in regards to CV writing, cover letters, or anything around careers and your career growth, feel free to get in touch with me. Drop your questions in the comment. I'll make sure to answer all your questions either by comment or creating a whole video like this. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome to Daniel Mutuku Show, where I help professionals become successful in their careers. And if this is your first time here, subscribe to my channel, press the bell button so you can get to know each and every time I release a new video. Today we are talking about how to write a board CV. If you're used to writing CVs or reviewing CVs, even executive CVs, when it comes to board members CV, it can be a little bit intimidating, and if you follow the guidelines that I'll give you in this video, it will make it even easier for you. And if you're looking for board position, following this guideline will guarantee that you get that job. So where do you exactly start? Now, on top of your CV, you shouldn't have that big bold title saying that this is a board CV. No, just start off with your name, slightly bigger, bold, so that it can be clear, they can see it, and then put in your contact details. This CV will be read by chairmen or board of directors. You don't want them to spend too much time finding out how to contact you. So have your name, then your contact details, which will include your phone number, your email address, and a link to your LinkedIn profile. That's simple. They can get in touch with you clearly. Just below your contact details, now go to your board profile. Typically, on a CV that we do here at Career Point Solutions, we will talk about your professional profile or your personal profile, but here we change a little bit and only talk about your board profile. In this section, it's just a summary of the board position or committee position that you have held. Remember to mention which position you're in, which company, which sector, and even if they were not all the formal committees or board position, executive or non-executive, just mention them so that you can be able to build up your case as to why you are a good board member. Also, don't forget to mention any success stories, and if you can put in some numbers or some statistics on what you have done in that committee, it would be very good. And if you have any relevant extra qualification or experience when it comes to board and things governance, then you can be able to mention that in your profile. Remember, this is just a short paragraph highlighting or mentioning the key things that you have done in committees and boards before. Below your profile or board profile, you come to experience. In a typical CV, you'll talk about your work experience. This is the organization that I was in between this period and this period, and this is the position that I held. This time around, you are talking about your board experience. So think about all the positions that you have held in a board or in a committee. So you can mention, this is the board that I was in during this period. This was my position in that board, and you can then mention some of the achievements that you had during your tenure in that board. It is also very important for you to mention your successes in this board, and you should have evidence to back this statement. Under each example, as a board member, you should provide a list of, number one, the subcommittee position you have held, for example, audit, governance, remuneration or nominations committee, the key responsibility you held as part of the board. Here, answer the question, why were you appointed to the board? And also include some demonstrated evidence of success at the board level. After that, now you can go ahead and mention about your qualifications in brief. You can also talk about your work experience in brief. Don't go into details. They can be just like bullet points between this period of time I was working in this organization, and this was my position. Also remember to mention any membership, relevant membership, any other extra opportunity that you had for leadership in an organization, both formal and informal sector. You want to bring in as much evidence as possible to show that you are in a good position to be in that board and you are aware of matters leadership, governance, and such topics. Then you go to the last bit, which is the referee section. When it comes to the referee section, the rules change a little bit. I know I've done another video when I talked about should you have the statement referee upon request, or should you just have your referees in your CV, and the video is up here. I will link it somewhere, even in the description of this video. But when we come to writing a CV for a board member, I will mention this. It is important for you to put in the details of your referees in your CV when you're talking about the board position CV. Now, this is what you need to include. Number one, the name of your referee, the position that they held. Most probably they should be other board members that you served with in the previous boards or committees that you were in before. And if possible, if you can get the chairman, the better. Put in the position, and then do not put their contact details. Now, this is where I deviate from a typical CV, where I tell you put in the contact details. For the board members, don't put in the contact details, because these are high level individuals and you don't want their contact details to be everywhere. So you just want to mention these are my referees, and if the person who is reading the CV, the board that you are applying for, they want to get in touch with these referees, then they can get in touch with you and you can provide their contact details. So we are not just exposing their contact details, but we are saying these are my referees. They can come in and vote for me. They can talk about my ability to work well in boards and committees. To get a better feel on also how to write basically a professional CV, make sure you watch this video on how to write a professional CV, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and until my next video, I'm out.